Okay, we have, okay, great. Vishan, I can't see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to officially start today's summit. Before I start, I have to give a profound thank you to this young, dynamic lady whom I've met a few days ago, but I really, impressed by her intellectuality, and she's doing a lot of wonderful work. She did a talk recently. I would like to welcome our chief guest for the evening, Miss Olga. Thank you very much for coming. Uh, she is into infrastructure. However, she is a great entrepreneur, I believe. She has done some great sales and property. She will talk about her company shortly to you. And we have with us Mr. Rodney, who is also an entrepreneur from United Kingdom. I think he missed his football match today to be here with today. Thank you so much, Mr. Rodney. I'm so glad you took time from your busy schedule to be here today. Both of them are absolute professionals. We'll be talking about the investment opportunities in London, and we will also we'll also know about the current opportunities we have in hand where you can invest. I request all the entrepreneurs and investors over here who have joined. We have done short introductions of everyone, and I welcome Dr. Rao, who is also an international entrepreneur from Dubai, which is working on major infrastructure projects. So, Dr. Praniti Rao, welcome, and everybody, welcome. I hand it over to Ms. Olga. Thank you.
Thank you, Dia. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. And we're trying to be really short, and we just can start to network and ready for your questions. So we're gonna quickly go through why it's good to be investing in London and UK property market, what kind of property investments is the most lucrative, and how are you going to achieve this? And then we will be open to questions and answers. And I want to introduce Rodney Fitzgerald. He's a director of our company, Quantock Group, and he will tell you a little bit more about all the topics. Rodney?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you here today. Firstly, to introduce myself properly, I'm Rodney Fitzgerald. I'm director of our company, Quantock Group. I have considerable experience gained over many, many years in construction and property development. And I want to give you a brief outline for people that may or may not be used to investing in the UK. So forgive me if I'm telling you things you already know, but some people don't reside in the UK and maybe they need to be brought up to speed with the opportunities that are available to them. Firstly, why is it good to be investing in London and the UK in general? Well, firstly, everyone knows that security in the UK is absolute paramount and is a world leader. Our police force are protectors of the public. The country is a safe investment to be placing your money and your people when you have families living in London. There is no chance in this country ever of revolutions, takeovers, or coups. So this is why London and UK is especially attractive to foreign investors. There are many types of investment one can make. Either you want to buy a home in London or the southeast of England for yourself, your family, or your extended families. There is great opportunity here besides the safety aspect in capital appreciation. As you are aware, the value of properties in London steadily year on year appreciates, and it is a very safe place and lucrative place to be putting your investment. Also, the UK embraces the concept of foreign investment. There are many nationalities living in London and people living here and investing in London over many years, which proves that this is a good place, the best place, very possibly worldwide, to be actually investing your hard-earned money. Furthermore, and looking at the general picture with London, it is a great hub with connections to every airport in the world from Heathrow and from Gatwick. So when you're actually positioning yourself in London, you can very easily be in the United States, to be in Russia, to be in the UAE, or any European country. This is important when you're using London or any city as a base. Looking generally at why the investments are a good idea, well, as we know historically, the best form of investment is in land and buildings. And to give a quote, they are not making any more, referring to land, meaning you're actually buying a limited, part of a limited commodity. Especially in England, it's a small country, and this is why it's high value. I realize also that all of you potential investors, your time is a precious commodity. And this is where Ola will explain a little later why we feel we can be of assistance to yourselves. Looking at the types of investment, you've got domestic homes, as I touched on before, commercial property. There are many retail opportunities and commercial opportunities with planning permission perhaps for redevelopment in London. With the advent of COVID over these last couple of years, there are many office blocks in London which are being redeveloped into apartments. And for students, especially with many universities, there's opportunity here to be making money in the short and long term. So I think that's an overall view of why England and London especially is a great place to be putting your money. And I feel that that is great opportunity for everybody, whether they live here or whether they're thinking of placing money here, even if they live in India, UAE, or other countries, that is a great opportunity overall. At this point, I'll pass back to Ola, and then she'll explain to you why she feels that we might be able to help you in your search and ongoing situations regarding your investment. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodney. So how are we gonna achieve this? So I will tell you that I have considerable experience in working with a high-level commercial and domestic refurbishment company, which has been operating for many years, both in London and throughout the UK. My husband and I are now embarking on a new venture, taking advantage of the many and varied contacts we have made to offer a service for foreign investors who are considering making investments in the London property market. As we're totally independent and are not affiliated to any particular agency, we can offer a bespoke service to individual clients, providing them with a service which will be tailor-made to their current and future requirements. Additionally, besides being in position to locate select properties and negotiate a favorable terms for our clients, we will be offering a complete service to prospective purchasers and include legal and conveyancing representation and assistance throughout the whole acquisition process. When completion has been achieved, our function is not concluded because we are also going to be offering services to include assistance and advice with locating suitable schooling for clients' children, and also given our extensive knowledges for building trade. We can arrange refurbishments, extensions, renovations of clients' homes, and other bespoke services. So let's just think, what if you have achieved your future wealth, safety and security for your family and for your future generations? So thank you so much for your time again, and we welcome any questions you might have.
All right, Olga, thank you very much for your brief introduction about your company. Before we start open house, I would like to ask you a few questions. Where do you think is the best place right now in London when it comes to infrastructure and real estate market for invest? So one is the properties people want to invest for a long term or short term ROI. So where do you think is the best place to invest right now in London?
Well, I can start, and maybe if Rodney wants to add something. I would say the best way to making a quick money, you're just looking for the like for example, is now developing the new Crossrail, and so you're just looking for all these positions which is closer to Crossrail, which is connects a little bit like Greater London to the center, like in 20 minutes. And it's really good connection to the airports. And that kind of land and properties over there, they, really marginally and increasing and yeah, vast.
What will be the benefit for international investors, especially from the Gulf countries? As you know, London is already heavily invested by Qatari investors. So where do you think, it's the best place for them? Which areas you think should be investment, and how much investment they should carry realistically? You think, the minimum what you think they should be investing?
Rodney.
Did you get my
Yeah,
question?
yeah, obviously, yeah, thank you. Obviously, it depends on the individual's own circumstances. And as we know, and as you rightly say, in the most popular and expensive areas of London, Knightsbridge, Mayfair, Belgravia, they're heavily populated already by foreign investors. Although I believe it has not reached its peak, I believe there's still great opportunity in those central areas for capital appreciation over these coming years.
Mm-hmm.
And as Ola said, with Crossrail going from west to east, it is bringing the perimeters of London closer to the centre, and anything close to these railway stations which are on the Crossrail route, which means people can be walking to a station, for instance, in 2 minutes instead of 20 minutes, those properties go up in value far more steeply than properties that are further away.
All right, great. I would like to bring in Dr. Praniti Rao. Dr. Praniti, can you hear me?
Yeah. Dr. Zia, can you hear me?
I can see you. I can hear you. I cannot see you.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Dr. Praniti Rao, any inputs about investment?
I want to ask 2 questions to Olga and your associate as well. One thing, how about investing? Like I want to invest for medical as well as commercial. So how about commercial spaces, and how flexible is the government for that? Or the areas which are flexible for that sort of a entry for an abroad or a foreigner person? This is just for a commercial space. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can. Rodney.
Yep. There are many commercial opportunities in London. I mean, with our company, we often get involved with refurbishments and redevelopment of retail properties. And retail, especially in central areas, Knightsbridge, Oxford Street, Regent Street, are great opportunities. At the moment, because of the COVID situation, where various groups have actually unfortunately gone to the wall, there are opportunities to take over very favourable positions in these central areas. And I think commercial opportunities are to be looked at very closely over these coming months and the coming years. I think there's a great opportunity commercially in London for foreign investors.
Also, you have the medical street available.
In Harley Street as well. Harley Street, yeah.
Being an outsider, something that I could understand is there's an option for a medical and pre-medical institutions in London and UK, I mean. But then when it comes to commercial, was there any sort of resilience, and how about it now? So that's the reason I raised up this question, whether commercials are right now okay when it comes to commercial spaces or commercial developments. Because when it comes to medical, it is so clear that, yeah, there is a requirement of it. So that is something which we can go ahead with. But when it comes to commercial, I really wanted to know furthermore, because we still are an outsider.
Yeah. What I'd say, if we find out more about your individual requirements, because obviously subsequent to this meeting, we hopefully are going to network individually with individual potential investors. So if we find out exactly what you're looking for, we can source something hopefully that fits the bill in the right area for you with the right potential.
Commercial in terms of even developmental homes and that sort of an office. So that's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Praniti Rao. I think there's a good connect. You should connect with Mr. Rodney. She's also an architectural designer working on one of the tallest buildings in Dubai. So there is a good opportunity, I feel, because you are also into interiors, if I'm right.
We are interior redevelopments, yes.
All right, great. So ladies and gentlemen, for today's evening, it has been nice. I would like to connect Rizwan, who does investment from Gulf into Europe, to connect with you. And Geet will be organizing future investor meet online for us. And Dr. Praniti Rao, thank you very much for joining us, and look forward for the opportunity. Jigar and Vishan, thank you so much. And Mr. Amjad, I look for more interaction, but I also like you to connect to Dr. Praniti Rao. She is also an academic to work with you on your academic projects in UK.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do I get a chance to interact with
Please.
Rodney or all with a couple of questions
yes,
now? Or,
it's a free run now. You can do.
Right. Okay. Okay. Hi, Rodney.
Hi.
I just want to check. Like, I've got a few investors in India who would like to invest, but the thing is, I precisely don't know the way. If a foreign investor, do they have to have pay a deposit of less than 20%, or is it more? How exactly does that work? I mean, what is the minimum
It
investment?
depends. Yeah, it depends on the individual property that you're looking for. If you say you're looking to invest like in office blocks, for instance, right, or in retail premises, yeah,
Right.
it depends on the value of those, and of course who the actual seller is, who the current owner is. Often there would be a deposit, maybe 20% would be typical. Yeah,
Right.
but what we're intending, if we find out from individual potential investors such as yourself exactly what you're looking for, then obviously we would be working towards finding that suitable property, and each case would have an individual set of circumstances attached to it. One, there might be a 20% deposit required, one a 30% deposit required, etc. Obviously, having our own legal people on board with conveyancing, etc., helps to speed up the process. And also for people that especially don't live here, they don't know about the British rules and regulations regarding property ownership and registration with land registry and that kind of thing. So obviously having somebody there to follow this through and offer a rounded facility, should we say, means that someone's here to answer all the questions, really.
Right, and the same goes with the investors who would like to invest in residential property.
Yes, indeed. I mean, some of properties are off market, as you know, and sometimes these are the best opportunities to be able to make money because if they're not going through a conventional estate agent, then you're saving the fees on that one for a starter, of course. If you use people like myself and Ola, then obviously we negotiate a fee for each individual transaction, and that will depend on the type of transaction, whether it's commercial or domestic, and obviously the value of the property. But with our contacts, we feel we can source the right kind of properties, and then it's for the individual clients really to negotiate with us to what it's going to cost you, basically.
Right. I mean, I take this as an opportunity, and I would love to connect with you guys, once we are done with this call, or maybe Monday morning, if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah. If we can exchange our personal details, then that would be brilliant. Yeah, great.
Yeah. How could we do that?
I'll share Olga's number with you, Mr. Amjad.
Sure. Thank you so much.
I'm doing that straight away.
Thank
All
you.
right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it was a lovely evening and a good interaction, but I hope this will be a start of a long-term business relationship. I love London. I've lived there for a long time. And I think, it's one of the greatest place and greatest city to be, if you are into the business world. And it's just fantastic for your family to settle down there, or just to have a second home. And I think, in India, 9:30 means 10:30. So people will be still joining. All right. However,
flexi time.
Flexi time. Selena, you're there right now. Selena is from Dubai. Hello, Selena. Can you hear me, Selena?
Hello, Zia. Hi, how are you?
All right. Thank you very much for joining, but you joined at such a right time because we were doing vote of thanks. I can't see you though, Selena. Nice picture though. Nice picture. Can't see you though.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Geet, any final word from Nikita Consulting? You want to say something that you like to do any future investment summits?
Yeah, yes, Zia. It was the first meet, so I was just trying to observe how the meet is going on. So I would like to connect with Olga and Rodney again, and let me brainstorm, and then we'll connect again and see how we can take it forward.
I want you to connect with Mr. Amjad also. He has some really good work. He has offices internationally, and he has some requirements. So you are into HR, I think, so you can connect with him. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, any more questions, or shall we conclude here? Okay, thank you very much. And all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Ms. Olga for her time and for her support in organizing our first summit. And I will do all the contact sharing right now. And I look forward to work with you, Olga, and welcome you to our offices in Gulf as well. I think you should bring Mr. Rodney there to Dubai. I think he will love it. And we'll finish it over here. Thank you so much, Mr. Rodney. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. And have a lovely evening. And I wish you all the luck for your football match, Dr. Rodney.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Selina. Thank you, Zishan, Rizwan.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Jigar, everybody. Bye-bye. Mr. Amjad. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.